She said it was just a break. But I found out who she spent it with. My name is Ryan Mercer, and I still remember the smell of coffee the morning everything changed. I was halfway through brewing my usual cup when Leah walked into the kitchen. She had her weekend suitcase in one hand and a navy duffel in the other, the kind she usually took when we went to visit her folks. Her face was unreadable. No red eyes. No trembling lip. Just calm. "I think I need a break," she said, stopping short of the edge of the tiled floor like the room had boundaries now. I didn't pretend to misunderstand. "A break from what?" "From us. From the marriage," she said. "Just some space to clear my head. Not forever." Her voice was too steady, too rehearsed. I could tell she'd gone over this in her head a dozen times. Probably in the mirror. Maybe even with someone else. I didn't argue. Didn't ask for explanations or promises. I just stepped aside. "No questions?" she asked, confused. "Nope," I said. She blinked, caught off guard. Maybe she expected a meltdown. Or some grand speech. But truth is, I had already felt her slipping away. Her body was there at dinner, but her mind had been miles from the table for weeks. The silence between us had been stretching like elastic. Quiet but tense. She walked to the front door without a hug or a backward glance. Just a flat, "I'll be in touch." The lock clicked. That was it. That was Saturday. By Sunday, the house was noticeably quieter. Not in a haunting way. Just vacant. Like someone had taken the soul out of a photo. I moved through the motions. Woke up at 6:15. Hit the gym. Showered. Took meetings. Answered emails. Her slippers were still by the bed. I left them there. Not out of denial, just observation. I needed to feel what life was like without her before I tried to edit anything. And surprisingly, it wasn't unbearable. On Wednesday night, my younger brother Eric stopped by with a pizza and a six-pack like it was sophomore year all over again. "You holding up?" he asked. "I'm okay," I replied. And I meant it. We didn't say much else. Just watched the game, cracked open beers, and let the silence be simple for once. The next morning, I noticed her favorite mug was gone, the red one with the chipped handle. That small detail said more than anything else. You don't pack a chipped mug if you're coming back. That mug was home to her. And she took it with her. That Friday night I stayed late at work, came home, ate leftovers, and put on a documentary. One of those slow ones about wolves migrating through the Arctic. Leah used to say they made her feel strangely lonely. It was the 12th night since she left when my phone rang. Her name lit up the screen. 11:40 p.m. I let it ring twice before answering. "Hey," she said. Her voice was soft, slurred just slightly. Wine, maybe something stronger. "Hey," I said. "I know it's late," she added. "I wasn't sure if I should call." Silence. "I remembered that documentary about wolves you watched last year," she continued. "You told me the alpha pair mates for life. Remember?" I didn't answer. "Are you calling to talk about wolves, Leah?" Yes. There was a sharp exhale. "No. I've just been thinking. The quiet here feels different from the quiet at home. Yours always felt deliberate." Then she asked the real question. "Do you miss me?" That was the purpose of the call. Not to reconnect. Just to confirm if the door was still cracked open. "I don't know yet," I said honestly. Long pause. "Okay," she whispered. Then the line went dead. I stared at the phone for a second. Then calmly deleted her contact. Not out of anger. Just clarity. I didn't want to keep space in my life for someone who might only be visiting. The following Monday, Ava from marketing cornered me in the elevator. "I wasn't sure if I should bring this up," she said, hesitating. "But I saw Leah this weekend." "Where?" asked. "Velvet Ridge. That music hall downtown. She always liked that venue." She wasn't alone. I didn't flinch. Tall guy. Gray jacket. Glasses. She leaned into him during the show. Shared drinks. Looked familiar. I nodded once. "Thanks for telling me." "You okay?" "I'm good." I wasn't lying. That night I went home, pulled our wedding album from the shelf, and sat with it for a while. Then I quietly placed it in a storage bin and slid it into the hallway closet. No fire, no dramatic tear stains. Just acceptance. The photos were pretty. The moment had passed. I gathered what was left of her belongings. A hoodie, a scarf, that perfume bottle she loved but never replaced, and packed them in a small box. Taped it shut. Left it in the garage. She asked for space. She used it for someone else. The next morning I filed for divorce. No hesitation. No anger. Just action. Exactly 3 weeks later the doorbell rang. Leah stood there, hoodie on, makeup free, looking like someone trying to step back into a dream they'd walked out of. "Can we talk?" she asked. I stepped aside. She stood in the living room for a second like she didn't recognize it. Everything was where she left it, except her place in it. "I've been doing a lot of thinking," she said. "I made a mistake." I walked down the hallway and returned with the box. She looked at it, confused. "What is this?" "Your things," I said calmly. "What are you saying?" "You asked for space. This is what that space gave me." She took a step forward. "Ryan, please. Grab your things. And go." Her voice cracked. "I didn't think you'd stop loving me this fast." "I didn't," I replied. "I stopped waiting to matter." "I was confused," she said. "I needed clarity." "So you gave up honesty for distraction," I said. "Ava saw you. Riverfield. Friday night." She swallowed hard. "It wasn't like that. He's gone. And now you're back." Tears finally welled in her eyes. "I never stopped loving you." I didn't answer. Just looked at her. "You miss the comfort," I said. "The routine. You don't miss me." Her mouth opened then closed. "I was building a life," I added. "I didn't know you were only visiting it." "Please don't do this," she whispered. "No," I said. "You don't get to walk away, test the silence, and then call it home again." She reached for my hand. I stepped back. "This house was ours. Now it's mine. And the peace inside it. Not yours to reclaim." She stood motionless, then slowly picked up the box. No fight. No final plea. Just quiet resignation. A week later, Eric told me she'd asked about me. Asked if I was seeing anyone. Wondered how I was doing. He didn't answer. I appreciated that. There was nothing left to say. The divorce went through uncontested. No screaming matches, no drawn-out court battles. Just signatures. Clean. Final. Weeks passed. I joined a local basketball league. Got drinks with coworkers. Met someone new. Her name's Julia. We're taking things slow. People still mention Leah sometimes. She said she regrets everything. She still loves you. I always give the same response. Please stop telling me. I'm not listening anymore. Not because I'm angry. Because it's not relevant. She made a choice. So did I. The difference? Mine was permanent. 3 months later, I went to a wedding for an old college friend. I saw her there. Leah. Crossed the room by the bar. She looked thinner. Tired. Our eyes met for a moment. No smile. No nod. No urge to go over. That was the true ending. Not the box, not the call, not even the divorce. Just that one look that said, "This chapter is closed." Later, someone asked me if I wanted to grab drinks after the reception. Said yes. As I walked out, I took one last glance back. She was still there, surrounded by familiar faces, but entirely out of focus. I turned toward the street, hands in my pockets. For the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like anything was missing. Not her voice. Not her presence. Not even the silence. Just peace. And that was more than enough.